From the contributors to Inc.com, this is the Inc. Productivity Tip. Expert opinions, valuable insight, and helpful advice from today's top business coaches, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs. We all want to make better decisions, right? Well, consider adopting Charlie Munger's always invert mental model and turn that problem upside down to achieve long-term success. This expert opinion was authored by longtime Inc. contributor Jeff Hayden. The other day, I heard a coach berate his players. Instead of playing like you want to win, you're playing like you don't want to lose. Now, he said it like it was a bad thing, and maybe it was, but not to the late Charlie Munger. When Munger passed away last year, Warren Buffett said Berkshire Hathaway could not have been built to its present status without Charlie's inspiration, wisdom, and participation. So here's one of Munger's pearls of wisdom, a mental model he consistently applied. Invert. Always invert. Turn a situation or problem upside down. Look at it backwards. What happens if all our plans go wrong? Where don't we want to go, and how do you get there? Instead of looking for success, make a list of how to fail instead. Through sloth, envy, resentment, self-pity, entitlement, all the mental habits of self-defeat. Avoid these qualities, and you will succeed. Tell me where I'm going to die, so I don't go there. Say you want your employees to take greater initiative. You could think of things you could do to foster resourcefulness and independence, or you could think of things you're currently doing that discourage initiative. Too many rules, guidelines, or processes. Too many sign-offs. Too many decisions that have to be elevated. A culture where mistakes are quickly and publicly criticized. Avoiding those things, playing not to lose, would help you win the employee initiative game. Some broader examples? Well, you could think of things that might make your life better, or you could think about things that would make your life worse. Instead of trying to be rich, you could focus on avoiding situations that create financial insecurity. Instead of trying to be healthier, you could focus on avoiding behaviors that make you less healthy. The same approach even applies to sports. In his book, Extraordinary Tennis for the Ordinary Player, Simon Ramo said recreational tennis players and professional tennis players should approach their games differently. Amateur tennis players should focus on keeping the ball in play. According to Ramo, 80% of points between recreational players are won simply because the other player was not able to return a returnable shot. In tennis terms, let the other player make unforced errors. Professional tennis players should focus on making great shots because great shots are what win points. Pro players can, most of the time, return returnable shots. To win a point, you have to hit shots the other person cannot return. In tennis terms, hit winners. Being solid, consistent, and patient is often a recipe for success. So let's say you want to build long-term customer relationships. You could spend a lot of time and money trying to play a winner's game. You could purchase robust, comprehensive customer relationship management software, collect reams of data on interactions, purchases, and inquiries, and occasionally wow customers with your extensive knowledge of their wants, needs, and preferences. Or you could just make sure you always meet deadlines, always meet quality expectations, always promptly return calls. In short, you could just make sure you don't make mistakes. Customers like winners, but what they really want is no unforced errors. The same is true for leadership. It's hard to hit winners as a leader, but it's relatively straightforward to avoid making unforced errors. Deliver when you make a promise. Step in when you need to step in. Follow up when you say you'll follow up. Do that, and you may not be an exceptional leader, but you'll be a really, really good one. The same is true in your personal life. If you want to be healthier, you could do a deep dive into one of the latest fads in the hopes of hitting a winner, right? Or you could just avoid eating crappy foods and avoid being inactive for too many days in a row. For most of us, in most areas of our lives, avoiding unforced errors makes a bigger difference than hitting winners, especially since we're likely to miss some of those shots. Is that always the case? Of course not. Billion-dollar businesses are rarely built by playing a loser's game, but multi-million-dollar businesses often result from being more consistent and reliable than the competition, by trying your best to avoid making unforced errors, and when you do miss a shot, dealing with the situation right away to ensure you don't compound the error. Starting something new? It's great to play to win, but at first, the best way to build a solid foundation could be playing not to lose. Spend less time trying to be smart and more time not being stupid. Spend less time trying to be right and more time not being wrong. Sure, the ultimate goal is to win, but you will never win if avoidable losses take you out of the game. That's all for today. For more expert opinions from today's top business coaches and thought leaders, go to Inc.com. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back next Tuesday with another helpful tip from Inc.